Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Brothers to the End podcast, episode number 33. I'm Gold Glove, and of course, I've got my beautiful, big-lipped, mustache-having, sexy-ass, bitch-ass motherfucker known as Vern Notice with me.
I don't know whether to be delighted or offended. That was one hell of an intro, brother. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It feels good to be here. Consistent as ever we are.
Consistency. Something I've never experienced in my life until I had a child, and then I'm forced to be consistent on...
Sometimes it just takes a little effort. Sometimes it takes a child.
Did you get a new mic?
I did, yes.
When did you get a new
pop
mic?
Filter, so when I'm popping that pussy...
Jesus Christ.
It doesn't hit as hard.
When you're pumping that pussy. I do have a pop filter. I was gonna say I don't have a pop filter, but I totally do.
Yeah, I got this. So obviously, it's a Blue microphone. Okay. I'm not technically sponsored by Blue, but they are partners with Astro, and so my people at Astro hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want a new microphone?" I was like, "Well, I have been spitting into this fucking Audio Technica for years now."
There you go. So it's I thought I noticed it the other day, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, no, that's definitely a new microphone.
Yeah, definitely. Well, since you pretty much have like designed my entire setup. It's a different mic from you than
Yeah, it's just true. Someone else I did that to someone else recently. Dude, here's the thing, man. If I play games with you on a consistent basis and your fucking audio is dog shit, at some point I just bite the bullet and say, you know what? If I want to continue to play with this person, I need their audio to be better. So I'll just fucking pay for it myself if I fucking need to.
Okay, well, you didn't do that for me. But okay, no, to be fair, you did buy me my Go XLR Mini.
Did I? Oh yeah, well, that was a gift.
As like a housewarming gift.
That was a gift. But yeah, see, I just like to improve people's audio, even if it's just, in recommendations, or if it's okay. No, I don't. Maybe it wasn't you. I think I bought Lane his microphone setup back. I bought like a couple of people, maybe Chiefs. I don't remember. But this was back when we were like, our little group was playing like every single day. And I was like, okay, if you have shitty audio, I just gotta fucking fix that.
Dude.
But you know what? I've gotten better at it. I'm not as crazy as I used to be.
You used to be, I don't know the word for it. There's definitely a word for it.
An audio Nazi?
Okay, yeah, that we can go with that. But it was more so like, dude, you even like now, if like somebody has like a terrible microphone, like you're so quick, like, hey, whose mic is that? Whose mic is that? And it's like, and I get it, I understand why, but like also when it comes to like your setup, I think like, dude, I just like entertaining people and I like playing video games. You like the technical shit.
I don't necessarily. I like quality. Quality is important.
Well, you like getting new things and you like learning about new things and that like that brings you joy. So like getting a new microphone to me is miserable. What? Okay?
Sorry, I misclicked and maybe went to my outro for my normal stream.
Nice. So like I don't know. It's just it's something that you enjoy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I do. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm as crazy as I used to be. Because like I said, I used to be like, okay, your mic fucking sucks. Like you need to go fix that right now. I can't play. We can't play.
I get a new microphone and it just causes me pain. Like I get scared. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set up this new microphone and sure, it might sound great, but it's not gonna come before like the good quality audio is not gonna come before a ton of technical problems. So like it seems like a daunting task. And I think like you like getting new things and then figuring it out and then like improving. Here's the thing about streaming, and it's always been like this. If someone comes into your stream and the first thing they hear and experience is just some shitty fucking, just a horrible, horrendous audio, they're never coming back. They're never coming back. A new streamer's like just sitting there playing a game kind of in silence. Someone comes into their chat and they're like, hey, what's up, X streamer? And they're like, and you're like, oh, okay.
They're like, okay, bye. But here's the thing. People can forgive. Like if your audio quality, or not audio quality, your video quality is like a little bit more pixelated, it's not as smooth maybe. Like that is forgivable, right? Like that can be improved. Audio can be as well, but like if you just have fucking bad audio, you can't like deal with it. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure we can find studies about how like audio will impact somebody's like senses more so than visual, like on a stream anyways. If you got, like you said, if you got like a pixelated camera or something like that, like people can look past that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking now, like, camera's one thing. If you got like, if the whole video is like real grainy and stuff, I'm not watching that either. Just have nice quality setup.
Quality's important, you know, especially
and
now.
It's so accessible too. It's so cheap now.
Yeah, it's not like you know,
you can get like an H3 webcam for like $49.
Yeah, and it's not like 2010, 2011 where like the software wasn't there, the hardware wasn't there. Like there's no excuse now. There's so many different devices and so many different things you can utilize to make sure that your quality is decent. So the only thing that like obviously a lot of people can't really help is like if their internet can't do a specific upload speed because, you know, their upload is just not good enough. You know, that could definitely that's you know, that's kind of out of your hands unless you have better internet. So anyway, yeah, I fucking hate bad audio. So fix your fucking audio. All right. I'm better. All right. I am so much better than I used to be. You know, a prime example, I've been playing with games with George for forever, and that man's mic has been shitty. No, it's not even that bad. But like Spano, we play with Spano and T-Dog. Their mics are not great. But you know what? I just
bro, you comment every time you play with Spano, you comment on his chair.
Spano, nice fucking chair, dude. It's so squeaky. Get some
every
WD.
time, bro.
I can't help it, dude. I can't help it. It like eats at me if I don't say anything.
I literally don't even hear it. I don't even hear it, bro. I hear you complain about Spano's chair more than I hear Spano's chair.
Yeah, well, you don't. You know why you don't hear it? Because you probably got fucking music in your ears constantly, 24/7. Are you listening to music right now, Vern? Hey, Vern, are you listening to music right now?
Music helps me.
Helps you what?
In every aspect.
That's not even
just
true.
Find a rhythm and flow with everything I do. Like it doesn't matter if I'm working out, if I'm studying, if I'm watching movies, I have music in the background.
You watch movies with music.
Dude, it helps me.
That makes no fucking sense. You know that?
Okay, I don't do that. But dude, I feel like chat and our listeners are gonna side with me here, where
there's
we're doing
certain
a podcast.
times where music.
I listen today. I'm juicing, bro. Today I put on Eminem radio.
You're listening to Eminem while we talk in the podcast.
Eminem radio, dude. I'm
But
geeked.
see,
I'm
here's
ready
the
to
thing
fight
about
someone
music
right now.
is it really like dictates the vibe, right? So let's say you and I all of a sudden we're having a real fucking serious conversation about something maybe sad, and then all of a sudden here comes Eminem with some fucking fire rap god, and you're fucking getting hyped, but like that's not the vibe of the conversation. You see how this could cause a little bit of a rift, like an issue between us?
Normally, what I do is I put on just like mostly like instrumental stuff. So a lot of like chill Monster Cat stuff, just something in the background. So like I feel like I'm not dead air behind us. And I realize that we're talking, but it's nice to have something in the background, kind of like leading me. But today you called me out on it, and so normally what would have been like chill, just instrumental music has been replaced with Eminem and
Wait, because I called you out on it?
Yeah, I was like I was going to queue up like my normal stream playlist that I use for stream,
Don't put this on me.
And then I was like, you know what? They can't hear my music. Eminem radio today.
What the fuck?
And I'm getting geeked, bro.
You're
I'm listening
DMCA.
to NF
It's gonna
right
come
now.
through the microphone at some point.
Yeah, if I start singing, bro, I'm about to go off.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I love when you actually do Rap God. It's pretty good. You've done it pretty well a couple times. I'm like kind of impressed. So I can barely say like just a proper sentence. Period.
Bro.
You know, it's hard to get through a sentence.
This wasn't going to be a topic today.
Oh, God.
But speaking of English speakers, you and I, so. And I'm sure a lot of other people speaking.
Are you good? You and I, just you and me.
Maybe everyone that listens to our
Jesus Christ.
So I've been having this thing with YouTube where, and I don't use the ad blocker and I don't have premium, so I get ads on YouTube and I sit there and I like will skip skippable ads and I watch every ad.
And you bitch about it the whole time, huh?
No, I don't. But
as he's about to bitch.
There's been an influx of ads in Spanish for me, dude. And it's not a big deal. I just don't understand it. I can watch the ad and see what they're selling me, right? But it's just a little ironic that they're supposed to be like, this is supposed to be like this incredible algorithm that like is tailored specifically towards me and to like get me to like buy products and stuff. And I'm like, it being in Spanish is not helping their cause. I barely understand English. How do you expect me to understand this? And so I tweeted about it yesterday. Team YouTube replied to me, and guess Dude, I swear they're fucking with me because it's only ever been the occasional Spanish ad. I shit you not. In the hour after I tweeted that, I got an ad. I got the Logitech ad with Meg Cayley. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But I got the Logitech ad in German, and then I got some random. I think it was some insurance ad in French, bro. They are 100% fucking with me. There is no way that is coincidence. I've never heard a German ad. I've never heard a French ad. And I look up an hour after I tweeted that, and I got both.
That's weird. I don't know.
Have you ever? Yeah.
I don't get ads. You know why? Because I don't watch YouTube videos ever.
Dude, I'll be watching.
And I skip. And if I usually when I watch, I'm like on my phone or something, and I'm like, oh, there's an ad. So I will literally I won't even pay attention. I'll just hold my phone and like do something else until I hear the actual video start. So I never pay attention to what the ad is. Dude, so it could be Spanish or something, but I have no fucking idea.
The most ironic part is that the team YouTube's response to me was jumping in. This could happen if something is off with your language settings. You can update or adjust it by following the steps here. Like, nah, bro.
Like you got Spanish, French, and German set all at the same time.
I've had the same language settings for the last 15 years I've been on YouTube.
Here's what it could be.
I'm listening.
Here's what it could be. What if there's somebody in a Spanish-speaking country plus Germany plus France sign into your YouTube? You've been hacked, and it's based on geographical location. So
I mean, they haven't done anything malicious yet.
Yeah, they're using your account and they're watching fucking German videos. How fucking dare they? How fucking dare they watch videos in German?
Just as long as they don't do anything malicious.
Dude, are you using a VPN, bro, that's bouncing you around? You trying to hide from the fucking FBI? What are you doing, dude? You're doing some sus shit. My FBI agent
texted me when I was watching some real sus shit.
Your FBI agent? Like you have a personal one?
We all do.
You do. What does he get? What's he get? 20%? What the fuck?
We have an FBI agent that's watching everything you do online. That's why you gotta be careful, because then you might end up on a list and get escalated.
And get escalated to what?
Yeah, high priority.
For what? What are you talking?
The president himself watches.
Interesting.
He just is staring at you from your little camera.
Actually, this leads me to a thing. I didn't sign a NDA, so I don't.
Let's go. These are dude. Whenever a conversation starts with, "Hey, I didn't sign an NDA," so
okay, I'm not gonna get into crazy details. So there was obviously this was an election year, but there was something that I was supposed to take part in and do based on the elections. We'll just go that far. It was literally just to get people to vote. It wasn't a specific side or anything
like that.
It was just to get people to vote,
which is important.
But apparently, to be a part of this campaign, they had to do background checks, and there was like a huge group of us, and we got denied by the Secret Service. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like it was nothing serious. I don't know if like there's something that I've said or something in the past, but a group, a handful of us, we were in the campaign and then we got denied. So I don't know. I don't know what I could have ever possibly said. I don't know. It's fucking weird. I don't think I said anything. Maybe. Dude. Maybe maybe they saw one of my twerking streams or something. They're like, nah, we can't have this guy telling people to vote. That's
your FBI agent assigned to your personal case, and they're like, oh, Gold Glove? Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I probably have some. I've probably said some things that are still on YouTube, even just like a joking thing. But like,
oh my god,
I probably have a video that's titled like, "Gonna go kill the president" in Gmod or something, like something like that.
Christ.
You know what I mean?
Now we're on a list. My FBI agent is texting me.
No, I'm just saying, like I probably have that. Like, I don't know. I that would not surprise me. Or like, I do have a video titled "Kidnapping Little Boys." So, I'm probably on some type of on a list.
You can't be associated with this. Stop, dude. There was one time I got denied. It was actually I mean, they're a little extreme now, but like the truth campaign that was trying to get people to stop smoking. And now it's like to stop vaping.
Oh,
there was going to be a campaign. And I was like, dude, I've never touched a cigarette in my life. Like I would love, both my parents were smokers growing up. My mom quit. I would love to be a part of this. you know, and like, because I think smoking is bad. It's bad for you. It's like it's cost a bunch. This would be awesome for me. And so like they approached me with this campaign, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was on board, and they were doing it. And then they did background checks like maybe 2 weeks before the like actual campaign was supposed to go live, and they came back. They found a tweet from me that was A Fault in Our Stars, I think was the movie it was from, where he had this cigarette, and it was like this big meme for a while where he had this cigarette, and he was like, and she called him out on having a cigarette, and he was like, oh, I don't, it's just a phase or something. I don't know. I forget what he says, but it was like, it's a metaphor. Oh, it's a metaphor. He was like, oh, it's a metaphor. I don't actually smoke it. And so like, I tweeted something about cocaine, my mom finding cocaine in my room. And I was like, stop, mom, get off my back. It's just a metaphor. And they literally linked me that tweet and was like, yeah, we can't work with you. I was like, are you serious, bro? And like, that was when like my first like knock in the face where I was like, okay, maybe I need to clean this shit up.
Oh, dude, I remember definitely tweeting multiple times about, oh man, I'm exhausted. Can't wait to wake up and smoke a bag of meth, like shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
Like I had to go back and delete that stuff too, because like, you know, obviously it's a joke, but like.
They don't care, bro. They see Vern Notice at cocaine.
Oh,
get him out of here.
Yeah, I know. Crazy shit. So yeah, watch what you say, guys. It really will come back to haunt you, even if it's fucking 10 years old. God, man, why did I have to have like social media and shit? Dude, have you ever looked at, when did you make your Twitter account? You know?
I actually don't know. April 2011. I'm on Twitter right now and can look.
Oh, can you actually just see it on Twitter?
Yep, it's on your profile.
Oops. I almost said a first world problem, but I feel like you guys would have made fun of me. I almost said, oh, wrong computer.
Oh, damn it.
Oh shit, I'm typing on my wrong computer. It's a streaming PC, okay? August 2008. So I was 17 years when I had a Twitter. Do you see how that could be really bad?
Dude, I got anxiety over it last night because I was sitting here and I was getting stuff ready for a charity stream that I'm doing literally as soon as we wrap this up. And I was thinking about bringing back, because I privated when I made a new YouTube account, youtube.com/VernNotice, I privated all my old videos on loading God mode so that I could like get traction on the new YouTube channel. I didn't want people going back to my old YouTube channel when I'm trying to advertise this new YouTube channel, yada yada. So I privated that all 1,000 videos. And somebody had mentioned like, oh, are you ever gonna re-upload all these videos? Are you ever gonna do this? And like I was like thinking about it, like, man, maybe I can go back and like unprivate like some of the more popular videos or like some of the more popular series, like my Oblivion live series.
Yeah, until you watch it.
Dude, and so I was like going through last night while I was setting up for this charity stream, and I was watching this one of my most popular like series ever on YouTube, which is literally just a live commentary playthrough of me playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And just out of fucking nowhere, the language that I was using was horrid, bro.
Yeah, I believe
I was actually so ashamed.
Yeah.
And it was so scary how commonplace that was.
Yeah.
And like I remember like in my home, like as a kid, like these words just being used,
yeah,
like so nonchalantly. And it wasn't like anything like, I don't know. It was bad. It was definitely bad. Like the R word, the F word.
I mean, I feel the same way. And what's crazy is like, I feel like that has like the fact that both you and I, as we've gotten older and we look back and we're like, God, man, why did we ever talk like that? Like, that's obviously us maturing. And one, those words were definitely more common. Like, a lot of people said those kind of words, right? And now, like, obviously those words are not appropriate. You know, we
almost assign them a different meaning,
for sure.
When in reality, but like that just wasn't the case.
No, right?
But we wanted to mean this thing,
right,
when in reality it just doesn't.
But see,
and we're using it as if it does.
I think that's a good example of why, not a lot of the time, but sometimes cancel culture is like, I feel a little too brutal because people do change. Like a word that they've said 10 to 15 years ago, you know, they said it that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the same person and they're a horrible fucking person. Like, people learn, they mature, they realize, you know, like, people change. And so, like, I don't know. Obviously, it depends on what this person's being canceled for. But, like, I think someone being canceled for something they said, like, 10 fucking years ago, I think that's really ridiculous, because over the course of 10 years, people change so fucking much. Granted, it really depends on the context too, right? Like, you know, if 10 years ago there's a clip of somebody saying some super awful racist shit, like, you know, that's just absolutely horrible. That's one thing.
Just racist.
Yeah, that's just racism. But if someone is using a word, you know, and isn't necessarily using it the way that, like, people say the word today, you know, like, it was used in a different, like, I don't know.
Or where the word originated. Because that's the thing. It's like it's like the R word. The R word, I don't even like saying it now. It makes me sick.
Yeah.
But we used it so commonly in gaming.
Wait, you said R word? There's multiple R words. Are you talking about grape?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Grape was a very common thing in gaming. Just like, I
would say that so casually, but I think it comes from a lack of understanding, right?
For sure.
Dude, I think it's like a horrible statistic where like 80-90% of women have like a sexual assault story.
Yeah.
You know, like literally every woman has a story, right? Something. But coming from like my bubble where I lived and I grew up, like, I just didn't know that. I didn't know like how many people were actually affected.
Right.
And so like me, I kill someone in Gears of War and I'm shouting it, and that was just commonplace at the time.
That was, and it's not like, it's not like you were the only one doing it. It was everyone that was gaming. Like, that wasn't a weird thing to hear when we were playing like Gears and Halo and Call of Duty and whatever it was back then. Like, that was just a common word that was used, which is awful to think about, right? Like, to think back on that. And that's not the only one. Obviously, like, well, we would, there was an F word that we would use, but then we changed it to Fig Newton. But you know what I mean? Like, that one, which is awful.
It's still implied.
Yeah, it is, which I obviously do not have that word in my vocabulary whatsoever. Like, I don't. And it's thinking back, that's fucking awful. That's like literally terrible. And it does not represent the type of person that I am or how I feel towards people. And I don't, it's just awful. Right. And then, you know, and I actually hear this word a lot, but like, you know, the other R word to describe mentally challenged individuals is like, that's fucked up too. And like, I don't use it, and I still hear streamers use it a lot. Like, that's the one that seems a little iffy. Like, as in, some people just can get away with it, and then others, I don't know. But again, it's one of those words that I'm sure I used a lot when I was 17, 18 years old, especially in high school and shit. I remember hearing it all the time. It was like you're being, you know, like, it was just, but it wasn't being used as like, I don't know. Like, I remember when someone said that, it was mean like, you're being dumb, you're being stupid, right? It wasn't like to the degree that obviously it is used in now, or the, you know, the meaning that it obviously does have, which it's always had, but that's not how we saw it as like 17, 18-year-old kids. So I don't know. I think that like, that kind of just tells me that sometimes cancel culture is just fucking brutal, man. Like, it's just way too much. And I get it, like, but people do say things they don't necessarily mean. People say things that, I don't know. I don't know. That'll get me on a whole other tangent, which actually, I mean, that kind of leads into, I'm not going to ignore this because I'm sure everyone saw it, and we've talked a little bit about it on stream. And speaking of cancel culture and saying things you shouldn't say, and what happened recently with a Twitch streamer / NBA player.
Yikes.
So for those, and I'm going to talk about it because, I mean, Myers Leonard has been on my stream. I've played games with him. I've teamed up with him in Call of Duty tournaments. Every interaction I've ever had with Myers has been a very positive one. I was absolutely shocked and kind of just blown away that he used an anti-Semitic slur during one of his streams. And I actually watched, so someone tweeted me the clip of it probably, I don't know, literally 45 seconds after it happened, and was like, dude, you need to talk to your boy. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. And here's the thing. I know Myers on like a very surface level, right? I've actually never met Myers in real life. I've only...
You only know him like through interactions online.
Only
and
know
gaming
him,
and stuff.
exactly. I've only talked to him through Discord and like online and played games with him. Like I said, I've always had a positive interaction with him. I was completely shocked and blown away that he even used that word. But I mean, legitimately one word, and he went from having a contract in the NBA and streaming to everybody dropped him. He was traded from the Miami Heat to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and there's rumors that he will not be playing for the Thunder. He won't even be joining the team.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I don't know what that means. And I'm not gonna sit here and defend Myers. Like I don't know why he said what he said. It's a very odd word to even have in your vocabulary. Like anyway, like I don't know why. There's so many different things
like,
you could use.
At what point do you hear that word and like it becomes a part of your vocabulary and you don't understand what it means or what context it's being used? And he knew it was a bad thing, right? He knew.
I don't know.
Like he used it in the context of like, I'm mad at this person. Let me say this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was really, I don't know. It was disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just didn't expect that from him. But people say shit. I don't know if that's a representation of the type of person he is. I feel like, because of the positive interactions I have had with him, like I would hope that doesn't represent him as a whole person. And like, obviously him having like this military background with his brother, and him like standing while all his teammates are kneeling, like that obviously does not help his case in this situation either. So
I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of looks even worse. So I don't know. But I like, cancel culture sucks. It really does. But I think, everyone's reaction to that was completely acceptable. And I think moving forward, I'm very curious to see what happens. I feel like from my interactions with Myers, like he's going to do everything he possibly can to obviously make sure something like that never fucking happens again, and make sure that people,
I hope so.
People don't think of him for that one word, because I've seen Myers in other situations, and he's always seemed like a very good person. So I don't know, man. But you never know someone, right? Because like I said, I don't know him on a very personal level.
I definitely feel. I don't think racism has a place literally anywhere in any context, anywhere. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so I'm glad that people are being held accountable for basic closeted racism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I don't know. But I obviously wanted to talk about that because, we brought up cancel culture, and I mean, legitimately, he said that one word on stream, and within 3 or 4 days, I mean,
dude didn't have a career.
He is no longer. I mean, granted, he was injured this year. I think he just had surgery, so he wasn't going to play this season anyway. But he's now. I don't even think he's literally on a roster. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's just completely out of the NBA. I don't know if I know that he had to do some type of like training or something like that. So I don't know if that means like in a season or two, the NBA is going to allow him to come back in, because he was suspended indefinitely at one point. Like I don't know how the NBA is going to handle that, and and then again, even if he is allowed back in the league, like is a team going to allow him to join their roster? I don't know.
Yeah, like how do you even deal with that?
Well, here's the thing. He's not the first NBA player to say something to that degree. Granted, I don't know if I've ever heard of an NBA player saying that specific word. But there have been
exchange on the court. There was that not too long ago where
Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, I was gonna say Harrell, but I didn't want to obviously like say.
Yeah, so Montrezl Harrell said "bitch ass white boy" about Luka, which obviously is not technically a racial slur, but it's
racially charged.
It's got racial undertones, and so. But I don't even think he was. I can't remember if he was even suspended or anything,
or fined
or anything.
I mean,
granted, that was on the basketball court. Like that was in a different. There's been times where players have said inappropriate things to the referees. I've been reading about all the other times this has happened, but this is a completely different thing, right? This is an NBA player who's representing the NBA, and he's out of the NBA, as in he's not currently on a basketball court or in an NBA facility, but he's still representing the NBA, and he's
Of course.
and then he says something like that. Like that definitely is different. It's a different scenario. And from my understanding too is the ownership of the Miami Heat are Jewish. So like that, I don't know, man. It's just a fucking crazy situation. And I think me and Steph were talking about it, and it's absolutely, what's scary is, I mean, it's not, I don't know if scary is the right word, but it is I don't know. I can't think of the right word, but it is, no, it's crazy to see. It is scary to like.
It's horrifying. Like me watching, like I was horrified last night watching those old YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude, if anybody were to just stumble upon this, or like, let's say my channel blows up, right? This year, something happens, a game comes out that it just clicks with me and my community, and it just blows up, and I'm averaging 20,000 viewers a stream. Somebody finds that one video where I'm literally just talking to characters in the game, and I say some foul shit this video is from 11 years ago, and like instantly, dude,
yeah.
like that's what went through my head. And like, is that the person I am now? It wasn't like racially charged or anything like that, but it was just these words that we use so commonly.
Yeah.
And that could be, it's scary.
Dude, I just watched a Resident Evil 4 Let's Play, like kind of best moments video that I made probably back in like 2012, 2011. And I don't say a specific word that is inappropriate, but there's a section in it where I'm like leading Ashley, which is like the one of the like AI characters, right? That I'm like, I have to lead, and it's like an escort thing, right? I have to like escort her around. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and I'm being overly, I don't know, I'm fucking 20 years old. I'm just being like an overly sexual idiot. I'm like, Ashley, get off your knees, bitch. What are you trying to do? Blow me? Like shit like that. And I'm like, and I'm like listening to it, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like I would never act like that now. Like I just would never act like that. Granted, I'm almost 30 now. Like I've changed a lot, but like that just, you wouldn't do that now, right? Like maybe you wouldn't even have done it then, but I was an idiot kid. So.
I guarantee, I'm pretty sure just recently I watched a video that was on your channel, an old video that was just like clips from us playing games one night, and there was a girl in our lobby, me just being like.
Oh, God.
I wasn't like being rude to her, but I was being like overly like, oh, do you have a boyfriend?
Right.
Like, just for fucking laughs with the boys. But now like seeing like the harassment that these girls face all the time. Granted, again, this is like 8 to 10 years ago. But like now seeing what a problem it is,
right,
and the harassment that they face, I'm like, wow, dude, that's not okay.
But that's the thing. But
you've
changed, and you realize your mistakes in the previous.
I've changed. It's that I have a better understanding.
Right.
Like then I was just like, oh, it's funny, like clearly there's no like, I'm not gonna like harm this person. There's no ill intent. Like we're just being goofy. But now like seeing like every fucking game they go into, if they ever speak, I didn't even think they spoke. I think they just had like a gamer tag that was like princess or something like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Never even speak, and they're already getting
dude, it wasn't.
It's bad. Yeah. Like I've seen some of the clips for Valorant and some of the shit these girls are experiencing in Valorant.
It makes me so sad.
And it honestly makes me like sick. Like I'm like, it's like, ugh, God. And here's the thing, man. Like you said, when. Granted, I'm not saying when you or we did it when we were like 17, 18, it was acceptable.
Okay, 'cause it wasn't.
But like the things they are saying to these girls now, we never said that kind of shit.
No.
We never said that kind of shit.
I think we were just being, at least in the clip that I'm referencing, I was just being like severely inappropriate, and I didn't realize I was being inappropriate. Yeah. But these people are like being fucking mean.
Yeah, like horrible. And I don't know, man. I mean, granted, I was raised in a way where my mom would have beat the shit out of me probably if she heard me saying anything like that, I remember saying when I lived with my mom, it was like right before I moved out, I was playing Gears of War, so that my anger levels were rising, and I was a little ragey, and I would say some inappropriate things, after getting some fucking anyway. But I remember yelling like, get fucking wrecked, you cocksucker. And I yelled it at the top of my lungs. And my mom busted into my door. You know, I never went from acting so tough to being a little bitch. I'm sorry, Mom, for saying cocksucker. I'm sorry. She's like, Brennan, O'Neal, you'll never say cocksucker in my house again. I'd be like, next round, get fucked, cocksucker, you know, like whisper it because I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, my cousin almost got his ass beat by my uncle because he called me a cum dumpster when we were playing volleyball at a family reunion one time.
Wait, really? Cum dumpster? My dad
bro.
probably would have laughed at that and called me a cum dumpster. So
he was like, I forget the context, but like we scored a point in volleyball, and he was like, "You're acting like a real cum dumpster." And my uncle overheard him and was like, "Boy, you don't even know what that is." And like, dude got real angry. I was like, "Oh
Jesus Christ!
Hey, get him."
All right.
Who's the cum dumpster now?
Anyways, that's why cancel culture, like in certain time, like. That's the thing, man. Going back and finding like a tweet that someone said 12 years ago, and it's like they use one word that obviously, you know, isn't, we're not talking about racist shit, but you know, like they made a joke out of context or something, and the people are like, yeah, you're canceled. I can't believe you'd say that. It's like, I don't know. I'm not about that shit, you know. But don't be racist, and don't be a piece of shit, and don't be evil, and don't be.
Well, there's a difference. There's a difference. Like we were just explaining. We're seeing like a lot of like the harassment and like literal abuse that women face, that LGBTQ people face, you know, and it's just like that we didn't understand the gravity of the situation.
True.
10, 15 years ago, you know,
right.
These were words that we heard every single day. And I think it's important that we allow people to grow and to educate themselves. But if you're just fucking racist, there's no growing from that. You're just a racist piece of shit, you know?
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, this kind of actually leads into, you've heard about the Dr. Seuss stuff going on, right?
Dude, I'm actually so fucking annoyed.
Well, okay, here's the thing. So, one, I'm going to start with this. If you think a guy born in like the I think he was born in either like the really, really late 1800s, like right before the 1900s. Either way, he was alive in the early 1900s. If you think a fucking white dude from the early 1900s isn't racist, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, everyone was fucking racist then. Are you? If you were white in the early 1900s, you were probably a fucking racist.
Yeah.
All right. So like the fact that these people are like shocked that his books possibly have these racist undertones, let me tell you something. It's not maybe. I'm sure it's fucking racist. You know, like, but what I'm confused about is how this is a thing like now, literally like 100 years later. Granted, I don't think his books are that old, but he was totally a fucking racist. I don't know. Then again, I don't give a fuck if some Dr. Seuss books are taken off the goddamn shelves.
This goes back to the cancel culture, because I have a lot of right-wing family members who are like, dude, so extreme, and it's so annoying to watch, because they're like, oh my god, they're canceling Dr. Seuss. We grew up on Dr. Seuss, and we turned out fine. And I'm like, well, if that's your case, then maybe they should be canceled.
Wait, I wanna back up. I'm not saying that I'm defending Dr. Seuss. If there's fucking racist books and pictures, get them off the fucking shelves.
This is the thing. It wasn't that like Dr. Seuss is getting canceled. It was the publishing company being like, oh, these are racial undertones that might not be perceived the way they were perceived 50 years ago. Let's just stop publishing I think it was like 6 books or something like that. And
isn't it his own estate? The people who own the rights to Dr. Seuss books, they're the ones who decided not to publish those books anymore.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I think so.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's like, it's not, Dr. Seuss isn't getting canceled. There's a select group of books that are stopped being published, right? So that they can profit. It's about the corporation still making money. They didn't want somebody to read one of these books and be like, that seems a little racist. Let's not buy Dr. Seuss anymore. Right. You know what I mean? So it's literally the publishing company that's like trying to just make more money. Same with the Mr. Potato Head, bro. They're all up in arms about people canceling this. Right. Who gives a fuck?
I don't give a fuck about that.
I could still put long hair on Mr. Potato Head and dude, bro, I don't understand why you care.
Dude, people have fucking too much goddamn time on their hands.
That's what it is, right?
They're not busy enough. You need to be doing something. Like if
Like,
you
to
if
be
you're
upset
up in
that-
if you're up in arms about that and you're fucking losing your mind about fucking Mr. Potato Head and Dr. Seuss books, get a fucking hobby, do something. Maybe just like go for a walk.
It's not about straight
the
or
birds,
gay or
bro.
transgender or anything like that. It's literally just about making more money. It's large corporations just want to make more money. And these people are like, oh my God, what's next? Oh, bro, who gives a fuck? Grow up.
Dude, I don't get it. It's exhausting. Like if the fucking company wants to be like, hey, we're just gonna make a potato head now. Like,
At
cool.
the end of the day, all of the pieces that you
Whatever.
put on the potato head go up its ass anyways. Like all of them. Male, female, all the pieces
right
are
in the
going
little
up
ass,
its ass.
right in the little ass thing, right in the little ass pocket.
What the fuck are you sad about?
Dude, I never owned a potato head. Did you?
Yes.
Oh, dude,
And
I was
shoved
poor.
all the lips, the hat, the eyes, all straight up its ass. Male, female.
It was all going in its ass. Hey, man, it doesn't matter if you're male, female. It doesn't matter.
We all. I mean, that
You
was
love
a life
it up
lesson.
the ass. Am I right? Am I right,
That was
ladies
the
and gentlemen? Dude, prostate simulation. Simulation.
dude, I just
prostate
can't believe
simulation. That's
They're
what
like,
I'm experiencing. Anyways.
Like, I agree. We literally were just talking about how cancel culture can be fucking terrifying. But then, like, you got them, these people that are like, cancel culture has gone too far. They took the Mr. out of Mr. Potato Head. And I'm like, okay, bro, let's fucking relax.
Yeah, I
Mr.
don't know.
Potato Head's not being canceled. You could still go get Potato Head and make him a Mr. or Mrs. Whatever you'd like.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. Listen, man, I don't know. I just stay in my lane. You know, I hang out with my peoples. I watch my basketball. I don't overextend myself at this point because you never know. You never know, man. I might look at the camera the wrong way or some shit. Somebody be coming for my throat.
Yeah.
He looked at me with his eyes. You know?
Oh, dude.
Dude, you know what?
crazy.
I'm just honestly, I'm kind of glad that there's not so many people watching me that if I move my hand in a specific way, it becomes trending on Twitter. He moved his right hand 4 inches to the right. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's about. I've seen like weird shit where like
He's real.
There's YouTubers that will like are acting funny or going through something,
Oh,
and
they're
they're like,
kidnapped?
"Oh my god, yeah!" Like, "Oh my god," they looked behind the camera. It looked like somebody was giving them cues. Are you okay? Blink twice in your next video, and then they're like, "Bro, it's weird. The internet's a weird fucking place sometimes."
Oh man,
Bro, but speaking of Mr. and Mrs., I think that's a good segue into the NCAA shit.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, good call. Wow, that was a good one. I did not know where you were going with that.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I think it started on TikTok, to be honest, but there was a video circulating around the internet. I was gonna say interwebs. Of the training facility for the NCAA tournaments, the men's and women's March Madness, dude. It's like some of the biggest basketball, profit wise and everything. Like, dude, is happening in March.
Old men in suits making money off the back of young athletes. Whoo!
So
love it.
There was this video that was circulating around was like, this is the women's weight room. And it was literally just a rack of dumbbells. And I think it was like one of the small racks you see what we see in like an old folks home that like went from like 5 to maybe 20 pounds, right? Miserable.
Whoa, bro.
And
that's fucking offensive. That's the same type of weight rack I got in my garage.
Okay, for old folks. I stand by what I said.
Fuck you.
But then she goes and pans to the men's training facility, and it's a full-blown facility. Like, so the women have a rack of dumbbells, and the men have an entire facility full of benches, racks, weights, cardio equipment, like literally everything.
Yeah.
And it's complete bullshit. And I see a lot of people defending it, being like, "Oh, well, the NCAA men's is a multi-billion-dollar." This is not about fucking profits here. This is literally college. This is a school providing equal opportunity to athletes.
Not the same resources.
They're not paying these players. All right, they literally can't make money according to the college. So the college is taking the multi-billion dollars that they're coming in and dispersing it where. It's clear. It's clear. Like there's just I don't. It's just bullshit, right? They can't.
I'm just glad that
as
like
a school they need to provide adequate equipment for everyone.
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is like a new thing. I think this is just this one obviously is like, it's happening right now with the NCAA March Madness tournaments and women's and men's basketball. But like, this is a common thing for women's sports, not just basketball, but women's sports across all colleges, at the college level. It's just like they're not being treated the same way as their male counterparts. So and obviously there's the argument, well, the male sports teams bring in a lot more money, but you're exactly right. Even though the NCAA does look at it as a business, like, the old fucking wankers in suits, as someone in my chat said, which is pretty true. They're all trying to just make money, but the issue is this is a school, this is education, this is a men's and women's program for a sport.
I mean, imagine
sports.
it happening in middle school or high school. Like you have like,
dude,
imagine like the middle school girls team not getting jerseys because the more people show up.
Think about your high school, middle school, your sports. Did your girls teams ever have the same type of jerseys that your male teams had? Men's teams? Really? Then I went to a school that did not, or I went to many schools where the girls teams, their jerseys did not look nearly as fucking nice as the boys teams.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but
not even close.
But like even like the weight rooms and stuff like that, like the
weight rooms and shit were shared, right?
Like a lot of times, which could have been an easy solution here, right? Like you just have them go at different times, or I mean, granted, there might be people that are uncomfortable working out together, and so, but like, dude, there are billions of solutions to this problem, and the NCAA is just falling so fucking short. I do think that at a higher level, money does come into play. So there was 2 more photos that were circulating where there was like food that was I assume provided by
the
NCAA.
That was almost worse than the exercise equipment.
I fucking think so too. Where the men's was like a fully catered fucking meal with steak and sides.
It looked like a badass catered meal.
It was the women's had a TV dinner. That's fucking bullshit, right?
It looked like slop. You get it like a fucking like a prison cafeteria. It looked disgusting. The difference was ridiculous.
The other photo they included was like a little care package. It looked like, and the men's
the one that was on the hotel bed.
Yeah, the men's had like a bunch of like care, like body wash and like shampoos and stuff like that, and it was like all from like, and I assume it's from sponsors. And so at a certain level, I like understand it, because even like in our field, we literally just talked last episode about a brand deal that you and I did the exact same work, and you got paid more because you have more viewers, and that's just the way life works, right? We're both white men, and you get paid more because you have more viewers. That's literally it. And so I think that one is more so just like, okay, well, you have like this company sponsoring NCAA men's tournaments,
right?
And so like the men's participating in the tournaments are getting those products from those sponsors. But when you're talking about facilities provided by the school, meals provided by the school,
or the NCAA as a whole, not necessarily the school specifically.
And there is like this huge fucking gap. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that is disgusting. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's a big issue right now. I just watched SportsCenter this morning, and that they were doing a whole segment on that. So, and you have a ton of there's been a lot of NBA players who have been pretty vocal about it, in support of women's basketball and in what the NCAA is doing. So I think it's definitely it's out there right now, and like the NCAA, I think they did a couple interviews on SportsCenter today. Like they're all backtracking, saying they weren't prepared for the women's. It's just bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Dude, they all dropped the ball. They're all being pieces of shit, essentially.
Yeah, at least own up to it, Say, hey, yeah, no, we fucked up, but we're going to do better.
They can't do that, because then they're going to get fired. They can't do that. They're going to save their asses. Oh, we were just unprepared because of, the pandemic. We
already think they're fucking assholes. She said they literally, according to the video, they were like, they brought that to their attention, the workout facility, and they're like, oh, space was an issue, and she showed the space.
Oh my god, it was the same size,
and it was massive.
Yeah, it was
There was
massive.
a bunch of nothing
They're lying.
throughout the entire gymnasium or wherever the fuck they were, convention center, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it would have been more well received if they were like, we're going to do better.
Wait, Shaq said something about lowering the rim for the WNBA. Here's the thing. I didn't hear this. I didn't hear Shaq say that, but I don't know if people are causing an uproar about that, if that's what you're asking. I feel like if Shaq said that, that's not because he's trying to say that like women are not capable of dunking on a 10-foot hoop. I think Shaq says that from a place of, at least I'd like to think that he says that from a place like to make WNBA maybe get more, eyeballs, maybe try to make it a little bit more, I don't know. There's only a handful of women in the WNBA who can dunk, right? So maybe that's what he's trying to think, is like make it more.
I think I seen something along those lines years ago.
Wouldn't that kind of make
it a really
it
good point?
I feel like it would make it more
Candace Parker
enjoyable.
doing 360s.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
On Sue Bird, like it would be more entertaining because they were like, what's the biggest discrepancy in men's and women's basketball? And it's like it came down to like highlight plays.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. The
And,
women
like,
who are
you
dunking are just
see-
jumping up and dunking with two hands, right? I feel like I've never seen, granted, I haven't watched a lot of WNBA, but I feel like I've never seen a women's basketball player do like a crazy fucking dunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't have you. I
mean,
don't.
it was like literal news
When they do
when
dunk.
Lisa Leslie just threw it down for the first time ever in
Yeah.
WNBA history, and that was fucking amazing, right? But whenever you do see like a WNBA or an NCAA women's highlights in like a top 10 Sports Center play, it's usually like a buzzer beater or like a sick pass or something like that. It's never like these incredible like finishes at the rim.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I don't
so
know.
I do think that
I don't think Shaq saying that is like supposed to be a dig at women's basketball. I think he's saying that from a good place, as in, hey, we would love for the WNBA to, get its the attention it really deserves. Like maybe this is a slight solution to maybe increase to make the game a little bit more enjoyable to watch, or change the pace, or allow more players to be able to do different things. I don't think Shaq's saying that to try to be disrespectful.
Well, I mean, just some food for thought. The average WNBA player is 5 feet 9 inches tall, whereas
Really?
Yeah,
That's
man.
actually insane. Which,
NBA.
wait, you think about it, 5'9", you said 5'9"? 5'9"
Yeah.
for a woman is pretty tall.
Tall. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty tall. What's the average height for a woman in the United States? Granted, it's WNBA, so it's worldwide, it's international,
Average
but
height of woman.
probably if you do worldwide, it's going to be super small. It's going to be like probably 5'2".
5'4".
5'4" worldwide?
Average height. How tall? No, American women.
Yeah,
As of
I was
2015,
gonna
the average
say.
height of American women 20 years old and up is just under 5'4".
Yeah. So that's actually pretty insane. 5'9" is the average in the.
And
WNBA.
adversely, the average NBA player is 6'7".
What? I did not think it was gonna be that big of a difference. 6'7"?
Yeah. So almost an entire foot.
Holy
so lowering
shit.
the rim a foot, I mean, just makes
Holy
sense, right?
shit!
If
Yeah.
you just look at it like statistics.
I wonder what we would see if the WNBA lowered their hoop to 9 feet. Here's the thing: someone was saying that Shaq said this to Candace Parker, and Candace Parker is how fucking tall? She's got to be 6 high. She got to be like 6'9".
6'4".
Wait, Candace Parker's only 6'4"?
Yeah.
Bro, okay, she just looks fucking massive because everyone's so small, dude. I thought she was like
5'9".
6'9".
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you could lower the rim in NBA, because then I think you would see like this surge of like right now it's becoming like the 3 ball is like reign supreme. Like stretch fives are a necessity now.
In what? In the WNBA?
In the NBA.
Oh, no, you couldn't lower. Dude, I feel so silly thinking Candace Parker was 6'9". She just looks so tall.
Yeah, well, compared to her counterparts, she is.
Oh my God. Dude, I had no idea. Sorry, I'm just blown away. I mean, 6'4", don't get me wrong. 6'4" is fucking tall as shit.
I mean, yeah, it's about 2 inches taller than me.
That's only about an inch shorter than me, but, she's still pretty tall. Don't give me that fucking look, bro. I'm fucking tall, baby. I got a custom chair right here. I'm actually, my ass is on the ground right now. That's how I use my desk.
I got a custom chair. Is that the bar for height?
What?
Is that the bar? Yeah, I'm tall enough to have a custom chair.
I got a custom chair.
Oh, so you're 6'5"?
Yeah, I'm 6'5".
Crazy.
I was 6'5" with fucking 6-inch heels on, which I don't own because I don't need them because I'm 6'5". Anyway,
Facts.
yeah, that's I don't know. Lower the fucking rim. Then again, I can see why a player like Candace Parker would be like, no, don't do that.
I think if you're saying it to an WNBA player, you're kind of like you're questioning their ability.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, you need a shorter rim. And I feel like that if I was in Candace Parker's shoes, I would take, because I'm one of the greatest WNBA players to ever live. Right.
You'd be like, nah, fuck that. I don't need you to do that. I can play on a 10-foot rim. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's like when you were like, oh, you need to play Gears with a keyboard and mouse. I'm like, no, I'm one of the best to ever do it on a controller. I don't fucking need no keyboard and mouse. Fuck
you'd
off.
be better. Wait a minute. Now I see what your point is.
Yeah.
Now I see what your point is. No, I can do it on a controller still. I'm the best.
I'm fine.
Dude, if only, bro. If only you could just play on a mouse and keyboard and you'd be nasty.
I am nasty. What are you talking about?
That me switching to a mouse and keyboard is like lowering the basketball hoop a foot?
Absolutely.
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
See, it's offensive, right?
Fuck you. No, it's not.
But you did it anyways.
I didn't do it anyways.
Now you play better.
I play way fucking better. Fuck you.
So,
man, I'm offended. This is bullshit.
I think that was an incredible comparison.
No, I don't think
we're seeing both sides here.
I think that's bullshit.
I'm Candace Parker. You're Shaq.
Goddamn right, baby. Goddamn right. Woo! God, it feels good. Feels good to be
much smaller.
What? Excuse me? I mean, I do have Shaq. One of my shoes in the background over here, so feels pretty good, man.
Oh, nice.
I signed it. I don't know where the other shoe is. I lost it. I probably gave it away because I'm super famous and my name's Shaq. And I was in a movie and I was a genie once. That movie's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time. It's probably not very good now, but it was good back then. I just
rewatched it recently, actually.
Does it hold up?
No, but very few movies do. I mean, I enjoyed it just based on nostalgia. But
yeah.
If you were to show it to me for the first time, like right now, much like most movies in the 90s, I probably would not enjoy
Well, wait a minute.
Minus the Mighty Ducks.
And minus Willow, the movie that I had you watch. Shut up, dude. Willow is a fucking classic.
I enjoyed your excitement more than I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it's because I had nostalgia.
Horrible?
No, it's not. It's a good movie.
But I enjoyed your enjoyment.
Thank you. Yeah, that makes me happy. You know? Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I am so, I'm giddy about it. I'm so fucking excited to experience all the movies that I grew up with and all the, just having my son be able to actually experience, all these great movies for the first time. He's never watched anything. He's got a clean slate, dude. That is a mind-blowing concept to me. He literally has a clean slate. He's never watched anything.
Dude,
so he gets to experience The Lion King and Toy
you're not
Story.
Wrong with the fact that was a revelation for you is fucking
dude.
Funny
Because
to me.
think about it. It's kind of a crazy
my
thing.
My newborn child has not watched a single movie.
Anything, a TV show, dude. When he's old enough, I can watch Breaking Bad with him and just sit there and stare at him and wait for his reactions and be like, "What do you think?"
Yeah, that's.
And then when he says, "Dad, the Fly episode sucked," I'm gonna be like, "Go to your room." And watch it again until you understand it. You know
Here,
I mean?
read this 10-page article, okay, about why that episode was incredible. Then rewatch it, and I want an essay.
Goddamn right, 5,000 words by tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that,
dude. Yeah, no, that is a good feeling. It's dude. You see memes of it all the time of showing your friend a TikTok or a new song or something like that, and then them responding to it poorly, and then you're depressed and sad because they don't have the same reaction that you do.
I would be severely depressed / disappointed / slightly angry if my son was like, "Yeah, Breaking Bad's not very good, Dad." I'd be like,
"Dude, you never know.
Are you
gotta
okay?
show it to him at like a pivotal time." right?
Yeah,
Where it
yeah,
can actually like
true.
capture him.
Yeah, I gotta
like, if
wait.
he's
That
not
one,
ready for it.
no,
if
he's
not
gotta
ready for it,
be.
you show
He's
it to him
gotta be at
too soon.
least in his 20s before he watches that. Because if he's too young, he's gonna be like, Dad, this show's boring. It's so slow.
Dude.
You know, when you're like between the ages of 14 and 17, you're trying to watch shit like Transformers. You want to see fucking Megan Fox all sweaty and shit. You know, plus you want to see fucking robots fighting and doing cool action shit. That's what you want to see at that age. You don't want to watch
Or
Breaking
Fast and
Bad.
Furious.
You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, man, when the first time I saw Transformers 1 and 2, I was like, these are the greatest fucking movies ever. And it has everything to do with Megan Fox just being all sweaty and shit on my screen right now, you know? I got some good imagery for at least a couple months after those movies.
Jesus. Dude.
Just a little bottle of lotion and my
Prime.
imagination. You know what I'm saying?
You beat off the Megatron?
No, not Megatron. Bumblebee.
Okay.
Jesus, dude, that yellow?
Because I thought you were insinuating that you were just, never mind.
What? No, I was talking about Megan Fox, bro. Transformers, Megan Fox.
Oh,
might be the hottest fucking on screen. Come on, bro. The scene where she lifts up the hood and she, bro, oh, wow.
I don't recall.
You know, yeah, you do, bro. Yeah, you
I really
do.
don't.
I'm pretty sure I bought Transformers and paused it on that scene a few times. And then if my mom walked in, Mom, I'm just watching Transformers. It's no big deal. I'm just kidding. I never owned that movie.
There was literally, bro, growing up and just discovering your penis was like some of the darkest days.
Wait, what? Darkest?
Bro.
Some of the
I remember
brightest.
the lengths that I would go to.
The lengths. Yeah, okay. Slow down there, bud.
To see just one boobie.
Oh,
like,
dude.
I'm ashamed.
True.
I remember, bro.
True.
So
just a half a boobie.
Okay, honestly, I'm discovering things about myself right now that I didn't. I love scary movies. Right? They're probably one of my favorite genres of films right now.
Okay.
But I remember growing up, there was a channel that was like FearNet or something like that on TV.
That sounds
that you had to subscribe to, but it was like they would do like free weekends. And I remember one weekend, it was like I watched so many scary movies because they had the most like chances of seeing boobies.
It's true. There was always like that one sex scene, and then they died right after.
Yeah, where like somebody was showering and hears a scary noise, or like they're running, bro.
And then they cover themselves up, and you'd see just the titty for like 4 seconds, and be like, "Yes, titties,
bro." And my fucking like 11, 12-year-old ass was like, "I need more of this. I need more boobies."
Yeah,
like, bro.
I mean,
fucking disgusting.
That
was disgusting.
Well, someone just said, cue the story, Goldie's story of when he would jack off to the one scene right before she died.
Jesus Christ.
I've told you this story on the podcast before. I don't remember what movie it was.
Like block? It wouldn't surprise me if, as a child, you could just block that part out.
I did,
like
bro.
She would even realize
they'd be like, it was like a sex scene, and then but he like during the sex scene, obviously I knew it was a movie. It was like, calm down, guys. It wasn't. But she died like shortly after. But I'd be like, oh fuck, rewind.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh fuck, she died. Rewind. I was like, oh God, Jesus. Listen, hey, the links you go, bro. Man. Listen, I was like 14, 15 years old. It was the only type of shit I could see then. There was no high-speed internet. I couldn't even go on my phone and look up boobs. All right, this is what I had to deal with. I had a DVD. It was a one DVD. I knew I had a sex scene in it, and I would pop it into my PS2, boom. Easy peasy, bro. Or it might have been a PS1, dude. I don't even fucking remember. PS2, dude, I think.
God, those, man. I really hope that one day I just forget about me as a child and things that I did.
Oh, yeah, I did some crazy shit, man. We all do, Kids will be kids. Kids will be kids.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't wait for that. Christ. I can't wait for that moment where Steph walks up to me, in like, I don't know, 14 years, and she goes, Bren, yeah? I found this sock and it's all crusty and it was in Cohen's room.
No, dude.
And I'm like, oh, is it time? Do I need to have a conversation with him?
Steph would 100% know. She's I think she's
maybe?
in tune.
I don't know,
in tune.
man. I don't know.
Never mind.
I don't know. She was never a teenage boy. She doesn't know. That's not where her brain's gonna go to. But if I found it,
okay, but I'm sure she's heard many crusty sock stories from you.
Dude, I've had a lot of crusty socks.
I never did that.
Why, bro? Easy.
Into a sock?
Yeah, you just put the sock over your dick. Easy cleanup.
Although I feel like I was a late bloomer.
Like how late?
As far as like actual like masturbation goes, I hate that we're talking about this right now. I 100%. I told you guys the first time I ever like actually like masturbated was on accident.
You just rubbing it, just like, oh, it feels good.
I was like
man.
getting ready to take a shower, and I guess I don't remember like the context surrounding, but I remember being fucking panicked. Okay, honestly, fuck it. Like apparently I was getting ready to shower, and I was just horny as fuck. And
but you didn't know you were horny as fuck. You
I
were
didn't
like,
know
God,
that's
that
what horny
good.
was. And so like my dick looked different, and it felt different. And so like I'm just like I just like what's going on down here, and before I knew it, bro.
Before you knew it, I mean, you were just touching it, and before you knew it, you're like,
oh shit, something's happening. Yeah,
am I pissing myself?
I was like I was getting ready to go in the shower, and that I mean it's the sensation's similar. So I don't remember what I was thinking then, but I remember like that was not my intentions in that moment.
Oh, I definitely thought I pissed myself the first time it happened. I was like, wait, did I just pee myself? No, that felt different. What was that? And then then it dawned on me like, wait a minute, I've heard of this. Oh my God, I came.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, see, bro. And like, I don't remember like actually like masturbating until I was like in my late teens.
Late teens? Bro, what the fuck, man? I'm pretty sure I did that shit at like 13, 14 years old. I couldn't wait.
You're also talking to the same person who like has literally gone years without sex in general in my like recently. So
same. Yeah.
That's why my balls are swollen.
Your balls are swollen? Dude, those are called blue balls. Dude, I've had some horrible cases of blue balls. Especially when I was like 17, 18 years old. Oh my God.
I told you about the time I went to the hospital for blue balls, right?
No, I never had blue balls that bad. I mean, there was an easy solution, bro. You get blue balls, you go home, and you get rid of your blue balls.
Okay, so I guess this goes hand in hand with me, pun intended.
You went to the hospital for your blue balls?
A late bloomer, right?
Maybe I did hear.
I definitely have told this story on stream before. I don't know if it was on the podcast, but I had just started, I think it was middle school, because that's when me and this like girl started dating at the time, right? And we never did anything. It was always just like kissing and touching and stuff. It was never like any in like middle school.
But you were a late bloomer in your late teens, but you were already touching.
I never ejaculated
in middle school.
In middle school, I mean,
how'd you get blue balls in middle school?
Listen.
What?
All right. So I was dating this girl at the time, and we would just kiss and stuff like that. And
what is and stuff like that?
Just like touching. Like she wouldn't like I would touch a boobie or two.
Okay. Cool.
You know,
sick, dude.
Toy. Sick. Toy. And so like we were just like kissing and doing our thing one night, and apparently it like had escalated to the point where like my dick was ready, but I didn't fucking know what to do with it, and so like nothing ever progressed. But I'm sitting there, and I'm like, shit, dude. Like we're getting ready to go to bed, and like I have this excruciating pain in my abdomen. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I literally can't sleep. I'm like tossing and turning, and like it's not going away. And I'm like, dude, I literally don't know what's going on. And granted, it felt like hours that I was going through this, but it had to been like just like now knowing what I know now, it had to been like maybe 20 minutes. Like my mom was asleep, and like I couldn't fall asleep. I go and I wake my mom up, and I'm like, Mom, my stomach hurts. It's bad. It's like that's what I thought it was. Like I didn't know.
Because when you get a bad case of blue balls, my friend, it is blue balls Feels like your
Well,
balls are
so-
fucking just
But
so,
it's like in your
so
it's in like your
swollen.
lower abdomen. It's not like your actual testicles. It's in your lower abdomen.
No, it's definitely your testicles.
I'm
Where your
gonna
balls.
come rile you up and then leave, and then we'll find out.
Hey, dude, you acting like I can't just fucking sneak out the room for 5 seconds and do my deed.
Honestly,
Are you please?
that's
Nobody
your
knows.
homework for-
Nobody knows how
that's
to
your
do
homework
me
for
like
next
me.
podcast. Give yourself blue balls, and then
All right, it's been a long time since I've had a bad case of blue
Same.
balls, so
Same.
maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly.
so.
Maybe it's both.
But regardless, I go and I wake my mom up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, "Mom, my stomach hurts. Like, I'm not okay right now." And so, like, in her head, and like, dude, I'm on the verge of tears, and she's like, her mind is like, okay, his appendix burst or something like that. Like, he's fucking dying. Like, so let's go to the hospital. And like, I was all for it, dude, because I like whatever was going on, I just needed the pain to subside. I was like, I need this to go away.
There's a solution.
And so like we go to the hospital, we go to the emergency room, and they go and they like are asking me questions, and I'm like, yeah, like I have this pain in my lower abdomen. It's kind of like in my area, and I'm again in middle school. So the first thing they do is check me for a hernia. Now, if you're a man, you have a penis, you kind of understand that like when that area is going through things, there's like defense mechanisms, right? So I already got a tiny dick, right? But while it was in pain, that motherfucker wasn't any. Okay, my dick did not exist. It was just balls and then skin. And so their first like thing, like when I go in, they're like, okay, like let's check for a hernia. And I had physicals before. This had to have been like 7th or 8th grade because I had a physical before to try out for the basketball team. And so I knew how they check for a hernia. And immediately, dude, I'm fucking panicking. I'm like, oh my God, because I know what's happening down there. I know that my dick doesn't exist right now, and they're going to have to see it. And so the doctor is like, okay, we need to check. Please, we'll have your mom step outside, whatever, and they go. And I'm like mortified because I'm like, oh my God, they're going to. And this is like the thought of a kid in middle school, bro. A child in middle school. I'm like, they're going to make fun of my dick.
Oh, that's
like
awful.
That's
awful.
Dude, bro, like how was I conditioned to feel this way? My doctor's gonna make fun of my penis for being so small in 7th grade.
Oh no, buddy.
And so
okay.
like he does. This is where it gets fucked up, dude. And this is how I remember it. I'm sure this is not how it went, but this is how I remember it. The doctor checks me for a hernia, clearly doesn't find anything, but then sends the nurse back in. And the nurse is like, we have to check you again. And the nurse is going to check me for a hernia now. And in my head, I was like, the doctor literally was like, his dick is so small, you have to go see this. You have to go see this. Like, go check him for a hernia.
Poor 7th grade Vern.
Go check him for a hernia and see how tiny his dick is. I swear to God, the smallest dick I've ever seen. And so this woman who I remember she was attractive, but I think it was more so just like her being I don't know. I remember her being attractive, and now she has to check me for a hernia too. And then like, I remember her checking me for a hernia. I guess I'm fine. She goes out, and now she's talking to another nurse, and I see them laughing, and I'm like, oh my God, they're laughing about my tiny dick. And so the doctor comes back in, they run a couple like more tests. They ask me a couple more questions. He literally gives me Motrin. I fall asleep in the hospital bed, wake up feeling fine. And they don't tell me it's blue balls, but then having experienced blue balls later in my life, I'm like, holy shit, I went to the doctors for blue balls. And that's probably why they were laughing. Like now looking back.
Yeah, they were probably just laughing. Oh, this poor kid, he's got blue balls. He'll learn one day.
Yeah.
They were making fun of you.
But I guess that's not a conversation you have with a 7th grader, like a son, when you get a little too riled up with nowhere to go.
Oh,
sometimes.
That's a great way to put it, with nowhere to go. They're just like, you teased us, you motherfucker.
And I'll never forget that either, because it was like so traumatic in that moment. I was terrible. Like, I think that's why I joke about me having a tiny dick so often. Because if anyone else were to see it, at least they know. Yeah, dude, it's literally the same reason I fat shame myself. I got to do it before someone else does. Not that any one of you guys are gonna ever see my dick, but if you do, you know it's small, and now you can't say anything negative about it because I've already said it. I've said it before you can.
I'm GoldGlove's tiny penis, so come on, bro.
Dick. Yeah, but you got a monster cock.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, nice. Blue balls. Yeah, blue balls sucks. Blue balls really suck. I haven't experienced blue balls in probably like I could not tell you the last time I experienced blue balls. Then again, if I was to experience blue balls, I'd just go fix it. So I would be like, I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to, take my 5 seconds and get that over with, Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Like easy solution to a massive problem I had that night. Made my poor fucking mother. I don't think she's ever heard this story, and I hope she never does. I hope she doesn't listen to the podcast.
She probably still is like, my poor baby.
I woke her up in the middle of the night to take her so she could take me to the hospital for blue balls. God, dude. My mom, I texted her on National Women's Day, and I was like, not this moment in particular, but just in life in general, the things that my mother has done for me growing up, like the things that she has sacrificed for me,
put up with
you really don't get clarity on it until you're older and you're going through similar situations and you're like, holy shit. Like if I had a child right now, if I had a child that was such a dickhead as I was, like I would not be able to cope. I would have fucking thrown my ass out of a moving car. And the fact that my mom didn't and took very good care of me, dude, I will never be able to repair her.
She's a superwoman. It's true. Superhero.
Like, hey, can you check to see if that door's locked and then just fucking boot me?
Jesus Christ, dude. It's a
I
good thing
would
you're
have,
not a
dude,
dad.
I'm a piece of shit.
It's a good thing you're not a dad right now, all right?
Well,
Except for you would never do that.
I'm aware of that.
You would never do that to your kid.
Well, of course not, but it's funny to joke about is because my kid doesn't. I don't have a kid.
Yeah,
so
I can't joke
say
about
these
that.
things.
I can't joke about
Oh, you're gonna get offended over my non-existent child?
Yeah, I might, dude. Are you kidding me? It's 2021. I can get offended over anything, bitch.
That's fair.
Fuck you. How dare you joke about that?
Well,
God, man. What's next? You're gonna give yourself blue balls? How fucking dare you? Your balls deserve better.
they probably
Don't do that to your balls.
I'm sure there's a fetish for everything, bro. I'm sure that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Some people, it probably gets them
Enjoy that
off.
blue ball.
It probably gets them off. Just the feeling of blue balls. Like, oh yeah, make me
the
suffer.
pain.
Make me suffer. Oh yeah, put them in a vice. I wouldn't know anything like
Christ,
that.
dude.
Just
that
imagining.
honestly, that made my stomach hurt.
Put them in a vice. Yeah, fucking tie a rope around them. Squeeze.
It happens.
Absolutely, that happens. I'm not for me. Not for me. I'm
Cock
more
and
of
ball
a.
torture.
I'm more of like a missionary guy. Like hardcore dirty missionary,
Yeah, brother.
Kind of like
Socks
one that
stay on. Don't let me see those toes.
Bro, I do keep my socks on. I got the grippy ones. They're nice. Get some good traction.
Absolutely.
Like the what I'm talking about.
Missionary lights off under the covers.
Ain't nobody gonna see me naked. Anyways, yeah, good times, bro. Blue balls, fun times. Yeah, I never had such bad blue balls that I had to go to the hospital. But I've had
I known they were blue ball, I thought I was dying. I thought my inside had burst.
Yikes. Yeah. I mean, I've had some really bad ones where I'm like, this fucking hurts. Like, never again. Like, why?
Yeah, there's a simple solution now.
Well, yeah. But when I was 17, the only solution in my head was, man, I need a girlfriend.
And then you discovered your hand.
And then I discovered Jill, and everything was right in the world,
Jill.
And Jill knows me better than anyone. Let me tell you that. All right, Jill knows me.
Yeah,
she knows exactly.
Always
what I
there
like.
for you.
Yep. Good old or Pamela Henderson.
So honestly, speaking of blue balls, I almost got into a fight with this old dude at the gym.
That is not speaking of blue balls, unless you're punching this old man in the testicles, or he's punching you in the testicles.
I want your opinion if I should fight him or not.
No, you should not fight an old gentleman.
You
at the
haven't even
gym.
heard what happened. He's not old. He's not old. He's older.
I don't need to hear it. You don't need.
He's here. He's at the gym every single day. He goes to the gym more than I do.
Here's the thing.
Right?
Then you definitely shouldn't fight him. You're gonna get your ass whooped.
Yeah, he probably would beat my ass, but I think I have to.
You don't need to. You're not one. You'll never fight anybody.
Listen. He checked me, okay, and I feel like I have to defend myself.
He checked you? Like checked you out?
So no, he shoved me. He ran into me, and it has to be on purpose. I'm gonna set the stage for you. Exactly.
What did you do?
Let me tell the story. I didn't do anything.
Oh,
this is
come
why
on.
I think I have to
you
fight him.
You obviously provoked him.
So the way the gym is set up now, they have like cleaning stations everywhere. All right, they have like they have like cleaning stations and stuff like just all over the place, so you can like wipe down the equipment and stuff like that. I had just finished up on a machine, and I went to this cleaning station, and I'm sitting there with paper towel in hand, and I'm cleaning solution to wipe down my machine, and all of a sudden I turn around to go back to my machine.
He took it.
And he fucking checks me, dude. Hits me hard. And me just being polite and kind of in the zone. I have my headphones in. I can't hear anything. I don't like, I'm just looking like cleaning station to back to my machine, wipe it down. He checks me. And we both kind of like fucking like fall back a little bit. And I'm like, immediately, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And like, I apologize. And then he just kind of fucking gives me a dirty look. And I'm like, okay. Well, now I have two options. I can go wipe down my machine, or I can make you fucking eat this cleaning solution. So naturally, I went and wiped down my machine, but that shit was eating me up the rest of the day. I was
so he ran into you, or did you guys just run into each other?
This is so. At first, I apologize because I assumed it was just like, oh, we just ran into each other and like left it at that. Like sometimes accidents happen, but he ran into me specifically. I was the victim in this situation. He's working out at this machine that is facing a mirror. Okay. He is facing a mirror, and the cleaning like station is right behind him. He is doing his set, looking at himself in the mirror, sees me behind him clearly as day. Literally, there's no mistaking this. He is looking in the mirror. He sees me. My back is turned to him. Okay. I go the same way that all he had to do. So I get it, and I turn back to go to my machine. At the same time, he decides to get up from his machine. Okay. He is staring at me the whole time. He could have waited for me to exit the vicinity. He could have just got off the machine the other way. Instead, he fucking gets up and fucking checks me. And he is 100% in the wrong. There's no way he did not see me. Maybe, and I don't have visual confirmation of him. My headphones are in. My back is to him, and he fucking checks me. Maybe his shoulder checks my back.
Maybe he thinks you're cute.
And maybe he's gonna get fucking eat some cleaning solution next time I see him.
Maybe he thinks you're cute, and he just wanted to rub up against you, and real manly, aggressive shit. He wants you to take him to Pound Town.
If he would have been like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," like the same reaction that
I had, he ain't that.
It would have been water under the bridge.
Does he look like maybe he got a little roid rage, man? I don't know. Is he that stacked? Is he doing a little roids?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe he's got a little roid rage going on, and he's also got a little Vern rage going through him right now.
He doesn't look athletic in the slightest, but he has big muscles.
Okay. Yeah, see? So he's got a little roid ragey in him, and he sees this hot mustache having big lipped guy, and he's like, oh, if I run into him, maybe he'll think that's hot and aggressive.
But I just couldn't believe. Like I've had interactions like that before. There was one time
you should probably beat him up.
That's what I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah, just beat him up. I think next time you see him, just beat his ass.
And it felt,
let me know how that goes.
Like if you ever ran into somebody, like knowing you're running, you kind of brace yourself, right? And you kind of you're like, I was completely like fucking dick in hand, fucking pissing in the wind, bro. I was like just in my own head, like listening to my music with going to, like thinking about what workout I was gonna do next. And his shoulder hit my back, and I'm like, bro. Like that,
that's
like
weird.
At first I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And if he had said sorry, it would have just been water on the bridge. But then he didn't say sorry. He gave me a look, and then I started playing the scenario over my head while finishing the rest of my workout. I'm just getting more and more pissed off. And then I didn't see him the rest of the time, and so like now I have to go home with this anger.
He probably went into the fucking changing room and waited for you, and you never showed up. You missed the fucking universal sign for take me to Pound Town, bitch.
I was upset, bro. I was like, man.
Next time he's just gonna...
But like, and like, I'm like the most non-confrontational person in the world. A simple like, oh, I'm sorry, would have squashed the entire thing. But now it's like 4 days later, and I'm like, man,
still just it's eating you up. You know what you should do purely for a scientific reason, and this is for research. Download Grindr. The next time you're there, go on it and see if he's on there. Bet you see him.
Maybe.
And then he was just trying to hit you up, bro. But he was trying to
think that if you're in the gym, you should be conscious of everyone else in the gym. And if you're not, like I wasn't, and something like that does happen, you apologize. That's all.
I can't wait for our next podcast gym conversation?
I think this is just like a lesson in being polite to those around you.
Yeah.
Not people, but just everything.
You're
just
too
be
nice.
If I hold the door open for you and you don't say thank you, next time I see you, I'm running that shit into your fucking face. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's a little extreme, dude.
Why would you not say thank you in that situation? If I hold
Maybe
the door
they're
from
mute.
you, I give you a big fucking smile. I say, here you go. Here's the door for you. Especially in this economy, during a pandemic, I'm still risking my fucking life holding the door for you.
Maybe that's why they're like, whoa, we don't need you to open the door. You're going to get us sick, you fucking weirdo.
No.
You know? No. Maybe that's the exact reason they don't say thank you. Like, ooh, dude, you just touched that door with your fucking bare hands. You probably got the Rona, and now I can't even touch the door on the way out because you held it open for me. God, you're sick. You're a fucking sick, selfish piece of shit.
Regardless. I was touching that door before them, regardless.
Or what if they don't? What if they can't speak? What if they're deaf? Or what if they're mute? What if they're
a smile, a general look in my direction, and a little like head nod? There's many. We've already discussed this. We've already talked. We literally discussed. We've discussed the proper gym etiquette.
Yeah.
For like headphones in, we can't hear, we don't speak, we don't listen. We've already discussed this, okay?
Yeah.
There are many motions that you can make to say thank you or hey, are you using this? Do you want this? Can I use this? Like, dude.
Yeah, maybe you make them feel like they're inferior because they're like, oh, look at me, I'm this big pretty man with big lips and I'm big and strong and I can
see my lips.
I can open the door for
and
you
because
you can't open your own door, you pussy. Maybe that's how they say
the 30 pounds I've gained in quarantine that I do not show up anywhere without a hoodie on. So
anyways, man, I think honestly all these things they all have one thing in common. I think you're in the wrong.
I think people need to be nicer. That's all.
One of my favorite things to do is just poke Vern, just poke the bear and just kind of
just be nice. That's all. If I hold the door for you, you say thank you.
I would say thank you if you opened the door for me, if you held the door open for me. I would say thank you, but that's because, I have manners.
Dude, I bet you I'd get in more trouble like for spitting on someone than I would for just hitting them.
Excuse me?
Like nowadays.
Oh,
I was just thinking what would be the most disrespectful what the most disrespectful thing I could do to someone? Like if anyone ever spit on me, like it's on site. Like I have to fucking fight you. I might die in the process, but I have to. If you spit on me, I have to fight you.
I mean, that's real fucked up to be spitting right now.
And now it's even worse. That was before a pandemic.
That's gross, man. Don't be spitting. Don't be doing no spitting and shit. Come on. You sick.
Dude, the reason I started like spitting on stream or fake spitting on stream is because it was such a fucking heinous, ridiculous act that I would never do in real life, which is what made it so funny. And the fact that people actually do it in real life as like an insult. Yeah. On people.
Yeah.
Like, that's foul. That's so fucking disgusting.
It's fucking foul. You're born in a barn. You're spitting on somebody, you nasty bitch.
Dude, speaking of spitting, is there anything that you do when you're drunk that you just are completely like out of character, and not like in a mean way or like, oh, you're a fucking drunk, belligerent drunk, but like whenever I go, I just noticed it because I wasn't drinking, but I was peeing, and whenever I
you pee in the toilet?
Listen, I pee into the toilet, and every single time when I'm drunk, I spit in the toilet.
I do the same thing.
I never do that when I don't even spit when I'm like not drinking.
Same.
Like I don't spit like loogie, like people get out of their car and spit fucking loogies and shit like that. I would just like, but whenever I'm drinking, bro,
I do the exact same thing.
And I'm standing over the toilet.
I spit at the same time.
Just spit.
I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. Now that you said that, that's so fucking weird. I do that every time I drink.
And it's only ever in a stall. I never spit in like a urinal or like when there's people like near me. Right. It's only whenever I'm in. So like it's not a learned behavior. I just fucking do it.
I do that same thing at home. If I also when I've been drinking, I pee and I spin my hips and I pee in a circular motion. Is that weird? Yeah. And I spit. I do that every. My dick's
too small, so
I pee in a circular motion.
If I start spinning my hips, like it's gonna the trajectory is gonna fucking go everywhere. Like I can't afford to do that.
You can hold your dick and like pee in a circular motion without spraying it.
No, you got a massive cock, bro. No. You're like those people who like like when I go to a urinal. This is the thing, and it's usually older people, so I don't know if it's just like sag or what. But like when I go to a urinal, like from the waistband, I pull my dick out from the waistband, like you would like normally take your pants off. There are some people that hike a fucking pant leg up and piss like out their pant leg, bro. I don't know.
I've never seen anybody do that.
Every time I see that, I see it at the gym. Not often, but I do see it. I've seen it numerous times.
Not a pant leg. You mean like shorts?
Yeah.
Like basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Okay, not a pant leg, bro. Come on, chill. I'm imagining someone with jeans like rolling it all the way up.
A short leg doesn't sound right. So I said pant leg because I said you would. Or I thought.
Okay. I mean, I've never seen anyone actually do that, but I can kind of see that.
Dude, you know? they got every time I see it, I'm like, wow.
But if I did that, my balls would drop out, so I wouldn't want to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't want my balls dropping out. That'd be weird. You go up to the urinal and some dude's got his sack out and it's just fucking.
I'll walk into the bathroom and like this dude has like he's at a urinal and his fucking his shorts are hiked up, not pulled down, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Okay, dude, that's weird. No, that dude's
a massive cock. You got a big penis.
Got no balls. My balls would be hanging down and be touching the lip of the urinal and shit. No thanks.
You got big balls, bro.
I mean, my balls hang. I mean,
just saying, bro.
Oh, this has been a weird podcast, bro. This has been you know what? This is an old school podcast is what this is.
I would love to be able to do that with confidence. Like if I tried to piss like that, I'm pissing all over my shorts, bro.
Nice.
There's no fucking chance. I'm pissing all over my shorts.
Nice, dude. That's cool, man. No, if you're taking your sack out at the urinal, I'm gonna just assume that you're having a bad day. There's something going on with you, and I wouldn't speak to you. I'd be like, okay, this dude just took his sack out. You know what? I don't have to pee. Actually, I gotta go. I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit and come back. Anyways, this whole thing started with a spit segue. No, that's not true. We were talking about balls and dicks earlier. You know, we always end up on balls and
educational.
This is pretty educational. I would agree. The whole spitting thing while drunk is actually I'm still hooked on that. Right? It's weird. I don't know why I do that.
Yeah, dude. And like, it was like, because I haven't been out and I haven't been drinking in such a long time, I was just peeing one night and I had the sensation. I was like, man, you could just spit right now, right into this toilet. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, it has been a long time since I've done that. I was like, oh, I only ever do that when I'm drinking, like out in like in public.
You know what I hate?
It was like the weirdest thing. I didn't understand why I did it. But now, like seeing your response and chat's response, I think we're all robots.
Yeah,
I think we're all literally programmed by the government.
Wow. Do you know what I hate? I don't know why this just made me think of it. I hate when I go to, granted, it's only been like a handful of times, but when I go to like a club it makes sense as to why they don't. But when they don't have any fucking stall doors.
Oh, yeah.
We went to that club in Seattle and I had you stand guard so I could take a shit. They don't put stall doors on because I assume people go in there and sexual activities and drug use.
Sex and,
but like I'm like, dude, I just gotta take a shit, bro. Can you block the door? And Vern's like, yeah, I got you. And he's standing there like, no, sorry, you can't come in here. My friend's taking a shit. Just with the door fucking open. I'm like, yo, Vern, you're my boy, dude. Baby. You're my boy.
Dude, you know? that is really it's fucking weird.
It's weird. Bro, I'm just trying to. I don't want to take a shit with the door open. Like, come on.
I'm scared of shitting in public, anyways, and so
I'm not
if
I can shut the door.
Yeah,
no big deal. You know,
like, have you ever been shitting in public and have someone like peek in like between the cracks of the door?
I mean, I don't really give a shit. What are they gonna see? Me sitting there shitting?
Dude, it is such an invasion of privacy. Like, that is like one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, but they're probably not looking at you. They're looking to see if there's someone in the stall. Like, oh, is that stall open?
Why would you actively look at somebody during their most vulnerable? Like, you are so, dude, if you are taking a shit, you are basically at the mercy of whatever I want. I can rob you. I can beat your ass. I can fucking play with your nipples.
You are very vulnerable.
Like, what are you going to do? Stand up? Like, no, your first reaction is going to be like, oh my God, stop doing that. You're not going to fucking move.
Like, wait, right? are you saying they come up and like look at you through the crack, or do they like walk by and
no, they like
what? I've never had anyone do that. That's fucking
Bro.
weird. Are you sure it wasn't like a friend, like John,
No.
fucking with you or something?
No, like literally straight up. I'm pretty sure I was at the mall, like the first time it happened.
That's a pervert.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Oh,
Like,
I've never had that.
Fucking vulnerable.
I've never had that.
I don't like, and it's not like I'm not scared of shitting in public. We've shit together in public, you know. But I prefer not to. One, most public bathrooms are fucking disgusting,
True.
right? But then two, like I don't like being that vulnerable around other people.
Bro, what kind of bathrooms have you been in? I've never had someone
same
like
bathrooms that you've been in. Okay.
No, I've never had anybody go through the crack.
If you haven't experienced anything like this, maybe you are part of the problem.
Maybe you're catching the attention of the wrong people.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't like shitting in public. So like the doors not being on the bathroom stalls, like I don't mind as much because it's just like it's basically walls for my. I hate when urinals don't have walls.
Oh,
or like it's
I don't give a shit. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the troughs. I don't like pissing in troughs. Not because people can see my dick, but because there's so much spray. And I'm sitting there, and if someone's too close to me, bro, and if they pee,
it's enough getting my own piss on me.
Yeah, exactly. If I get someone's spray from their piss from the trough, I'm gonna vomit. Do not get your fucking piss on my leg. That's disgusting. You back the fuck up. Okay, my own piss on my legs, that's one thing. All right, that's my piss.
Fact.
All right, you know what I'm saying? But you pissed in close to me in the trough, and then it bounces, and it's on my knee, and I see little piss specks. You're getting fucked. Not really. I'm gonna look at you passive aggressively and be like, "You're disgusting."
Yeah.
Also, if there's a trough in your building, in your bathroom, grow the fuck up.
Actually, though,
what are we, animals? We don't need to be in troughs.
Do you remember that viral video of that dude who was like at an event or like it was an outdoor like a concert, something?
Yeah, that's usually where the troughs are, fucking like stadiums, arenas.
But this man exits a urinal, and there was like a news crew that was like interviewing people of like the sanitation or something. I don't fucking know. But this dude walks over, so they had like porta potties and they had troughs. Mm-hmm. And this dude walks. They were interviewing these people like right outside the troughs. He goes to a trough.
He takes
and
shit.
He grabs the fucking urinal cake that's in the trough and starts using it, like just doing this interview. Using it as fucking hand soap.
No.
And he realizes like halfway through, because the interviewer just stops and she's like,
He thought it was soap?
And he was like,
that's not a sink. Wait, he thought it was a sink.
Yeah, he thought it was a fucking sink, dude. It was
I've never seen that. I don't know, man. I was when I was at EDC, I camped at EDC, there was troughs and a bunch of shit. And dude, when you have to pee so fucking bad, I just don't give a shit. If someone wants to see my dick, I just don't care. Like, yeah, dude, that's my dick. Sorry, I'm not aroused right now while I'm pissing next to you in the trough. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, don't look at my dick. I don't know. Like, what are you gonna say to me?
The older I get, the less I care, for sure. But I remember being fucking mortified growing up. Like, I wouldn't even piss in urinals that didn't have walls.
Yeah. I
don't know. I think it was more so like I grew up like to respect like my private parts and other people's private parts, you know?
Oh yeah.
Where like if I even looked, I remember there was one time where I had swim class in 9th grade and one of my classmates like whipped his dick out in the showers, like after we were showering after swim class. And I was like, oh my fucking God, like I should not have seen that. I'm so sorry. Like, what the fuck? And he was like,
apologized to him?
I didn't, but it was like they were like laughing about it, and he like I remember him be like, "Oh, it's just a locker room. It's just," and I'm like, "Oh my God, no,
bro!
I seen his fucking penis. I'm so sorry."
Damn, bro. Damn, it'd be like that. I don't know, man. I'm totally fine. I can go to the bathroom. I can piss in some troughs next to people. But as soon as I get next to a trough, and then you can tell you're next to that dude who's standing like a foot away, and you can just tell in your periffs, and he's just got he's got like 2 hands to hold this goddamn horse cock, and he's pissing. He's like, yeah, I don't care. Everybody can see my dick, you know. I'm like, okay, that makes me feel a little weird. All right, man, we get it. You got a big dick. That's cool, bro. We get it. You're a half man, half horse. Jesus Christ, must be nice
actually
to be reincarnated as half donkey. Anyway,
well,
donkeys have big, giant feet and ears. Actually, bunch of jackasses. Anyways, yeah. So dicks are kind of cool. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, 50% of the population has one.
Well, is that actually true? Is that the actual breakdown of
Men and women?
50%? You said 50% of the population. Is that accurate? 50% of the world's population is men?
How many people in the world have a penis?
No. I don't think it's 50%. That would be pretty impressive if population was split 50-50, female, male. You know?
Well, I think that's just that would be close to accurate.
I get what you're saying. I do, but I don't know if that's true. I think it's probably like 53-47 or something, or 45.
I Googled it, and it's mostly just about penis length.
Worldwide, not very big. Not very big. Woo! There's a chance. There's a chance.
It's like a 49-51 split. Very close to 50%.
Yeah, I told you, bro.
Very close.
Is there anything else we want to talk about today? Because I feel like we did talk a lot about dicks and balls. And
I literally just wanted to touch on how foul the NCAA thing was,
fuck that.
if I should whoop some old man's ass.
Okay.
So that's literally, and then we just went on a tangent about other things, which I feel like happens.
We should talk a little bit about GTARP and how you're feeling about it.
I did want to fucking talk about GTARP because one, you've been that's been your content, right?
I've been very addicted to GTARP on NoPixel.
And dude, it's a fucking blast, right? But for me, I think it's more so like you are very good at just like going out, doing your own thing, and like meeting people and learning as you go.
You say that, but I'm not. Like I know exactly how you're feeling. The first 3 or 4 days, I felt the exact same way. Like I wanted to roll with someone who I knew. Yeah. And I was like, so Chief kind of held my hand the first couple days. And like anytime he was like, you should go over here and meet somebody. And I was like, no, Fingal, let's go this way. Like, I was like, I'm scared. Like, I'm really nervous to like meet people and try to like intervene and put myself in this situation where I don't know the characters. It's very intimidating. Very, very intimidating. But the more I play it, the less intimidating it seems.
That's with most things in life.
Right? But I still have moments like yesterday, for example. Yesterday, I was lucky enough to essentially go on a ride along with another character, Lenny, in the NoPixel world, and he was taking me, and he took me to the underground racing scene. But I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to technically be there because like you bring a car and then you pay an entry fee and then you're a part of the race, right? And there's apparently like a racing app and yada yada yada. There's this whole thing, but he's like, yeah, just wear a mask, change your voice, and you can roll along with me to kind of see how it is. And I'm like, and then he's like, at one point he's like, I'm gonna go get some gas. I'll come back, and he's like, introduce yourself and meet some people. But all these people are like, this is the underground racing scene on the server. And I'm like walking around looking at all the cars. And I'm like, I didn't talk to anybody. I was nervous the whole fucking time. And I was like, nobody knows who I am. Like, I don't want to be that fucking random dude that just pops up in the racing scene.
They're going to think you're a cop, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you
But that would have been funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but some moments I'm like, okay, I can interject here and talk a little bit. But then there's other times where I'm like, I'm feeling a little iffy. So I totally understand the feeling of intimidation and like, I don't really know how to. It can be tough sometimes, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. It's super fun. It's something I've never done before. For those of you who are listening and have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, so GTARP is
basically essentially a mod.
It is. So it's a mod called 5M, and it's a mod for Grand Theft Auto Online, and you can have these specific servers. The server I play on is NoPixel, which I'm so very fortunate that I was able to get onto NoPixel because it is like apparently one of the best servers. Some of the best RPers for GTA are in there. Some of the biggest streamers for GTA RP are in there. So Vern as well. We were very, very, very fortunate to get in on that server.
Absolutely. Very grateful that they kind of accepted us with open arms.
Yeah, they hooked it up. So it's been an absolute blast. This has kind of been my first time jumping in. I've never really done RP. Like we've done videos and bits and like, during our DayZ days.
But not full-blown RP.
Exactly. Not like full-blown RP where we have to follow, specific RP rules and like come up with a character and kind of, and play that character 24/7, like the whole point is. And I'm getting better at RP. It's very intimidating, but it's so fucking fun. And especially when like, here's the thing about RP is like, you never know what's going to happen. And, you know, there's some downtime and then all of a sudden shit hits the fan and you're in this fucking weird story and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And all of a sudden your character is getting hit in the head with a hammer and you're losing an eyeball and now that's part of your arc and now you're this fucking villain that's... Anyways, it just... You never know what's going to happen to your character. It's been an absolute fucking blast so far. I've been enjoying it. I feel like I've kind of been missing this type of content. I was kind of telling my stream about this, like... You know, I feel like especially since the emergence of like the BR genre, it's always, as a content creator, it's kind of felt like if you're not like try-harding and trying to be the best at a game, it's so hyper competitive. Like you have to play really, I don't know, you just gotta fucking grind a game and be the best at it. Like that's what everyone, at least that's how I felt for a really long time. And so I haven't played a game where I can just kind of dick around and have fun and just kind of like, it's not competitive. It's like a casual, funny moments, like do dumb shit thing. And now, like, I get to fucking stream and just like, I get to ride my bike around and meet a bunch of people and have these funny little interactions and then build out these fucking stories. And it's just a far different type of content that I've had on my stream and in my videos for such a long time.
Same.
And I'm really, really, really enjoying it. So I was curious about kind of how you felt about it and just wanted to talk a little bit about it because it's just, I don't know, it's new for me, but I am enjoying kind of jumping in.
This dude, I'm actually like really excited to finally sink my teeth in it. These last couple of weeks have been like really weird for my stream in general, and so I haven't had like time to put time into it. But like I jumped on the server 3 times. The first day, I ran into you, and then I met Fingal and stuff, and it was a blast, right? I was like, okay, this is gonna be something that's gonna be like really incredible. The second time I jumped into it though was a completely different experience, and it kind of like it didn't put me off to it, but
you had a slow day where you were solo and you didn't like have any of those interactions.
But I feel like that I couldn't. It was like not demoralizing because that's super dramatic, but like I tried to hop on and I just felt bad for stream because I'm going into like GTRP like completely unaware of like everything. I didn't watch GTRP streams. I've seen clips here and there, but I don't watch streams. I didn't see any YouTube videos. I don't know like what we're actually capable of. And so like just hopping on the server, it's like more so like interactions with people. And so like I hop on one day and the plan was to like eventually somehow meet up with you and Fingal again. And that was the day I think you went to prison. So
yeah, that put a kink in our plans, didn't it?
But I was like, okay, well, let's make the most of this. We're here already. I've already streamed. We waited a little bit to get into the server. Let's fucking do this. And so I'm like, okay, what's like a super popular hangout spot for people? And I was going to go like just put myself out there. And I don't have a vehicle at this point in the game. I don't have a car. I don't have a bike.
You didn't have a bike, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like Burger Shot. People have to get food. There's people usually working there. And like they have to, there has to be something going on right at Burger Shot. So I'm gonna go there, just see what's popping, see what's going on. Because even like the first night we played, it was like we got into a fight and stuff there. Like it was funny. And so like, there's gonna be people there. So I run like 15 minutes. I'm just sprinting in the streets of Los Santos.
You shouldn't have ran. You can. That's the thing about this though.
But I didn't know that at the time.
But
I didn't know that
part of it though. You learn.
You can go find people. But I didn't have anyone to show me this, and so like I don't know how it works. And so I literally run to Burger Shot. Nobody's there. Okay. No, literally no.
So now you just spent 15 minutes. There's no interaction.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, my character's like this big muscle fucking head, and I've been talking about the Muscle Beach. So let's go check out Muscle Beach. So I run another 15, 20 minutes. Dude, I'm sprinting to the beach. I can't find Muscle Beach. Right. I'm just walking up and down the pier by myself. Nobody. Only NPCs there. Finally, I run into like two actual characters on the boardwalk, and I introduce myself and stuff like that. And it was like this really awkward interaction. I feel so fucking bad because they were so nice about it. But like they have a 2-seater and I was like, can you just point me in the direction of Muscle Beach? And he was like, it's that way, but I can take you if you'd like. And I was like, oh, okay, that would be great. He's like, well, it's a 2-seater. You can ride in the trunk or you can sit on my lap. And
that's funny.
I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how to get in the fucking trunk.
Well, then you ask
because I feel like I'm going to be getting like abducted if I go in the trunk.
That's part of the RP though. See, then you just got to go with it.
But I don't like. I'm standing. He opens a trunk, and like I just instantly like
froze
freeze
up?
up. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how to do this.
Okay,
and then so finally, the other person that they were with like just fucking hoists me up, and mind I'm this big fucking muscle bound dude. She was like, you can just sit on my lap, and I was like, oh thank goodness. And so she just gets in the car and they take me there, and it was a funny moment, but like
That
I
kind of
didn't
was
know.
the intimidating
I'm more
part.
familiar. I'm more familiar now with like using my third eye and
Right.
how to ask how to do things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my muscles aren't working. My
Right.
muscles, and like I realize that a lot of the people that are on the RP server like know how to deal with that really well. But in the moment,
It's scary.
moment, I was like, oh, I'm just fucking up their RP session.
Right. That's the thing. When you get over that, which obviously you've already experienced, that is you will actually realize everyone on that server for the most part will help you. Like if you're like, oh man, I'm having an issue. My muscles twitching. It's not listening to me, or like come up with whatever. Most people are inclined to help you out.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not a big deal. It's part of the RP. It's part of learning as a character. And then the more you learn, obviously, and then you're like, oh, hey, I just ran into this character and he's having a hard time. Then you can help him. And it's just like this, that's what I kind of like about it. I don't know. I heard a lot of stories in previous versions of NoPixel and just kind of RP in general that there was a lot of drama in the RP community, which I can see how that could happen because it's like, maybe one person has like this idea of where they want to take their character and then they have a run-in with someone else. And like the issue is with RP, and I don't remember who said this. I think it was a comment or a tweet or I don't remember. But someone said, the biggest piece of advice I'd give you for RP is sometimes your character has to lose. You can't win in every scenario. Sometimes you have to lose for the story or the bit. If you try to win every fucking time, it's gonna create drama. So
I think that's RP in general.
So in my mind, sometimes like even though my character, I want to do this with my character, sometimes you just kind of have to do the other thing.
Go to prison.
And you gotta go to prison, and you gotta do this and this and this and this. So I don't know. It's just that was a huge piece of advice that I've tried to use like every single day. Which has been super, super helpful. So, and like I said, dude, I've streamed NoPixel for I think 8 or 9 streams now, and I still feel like I'm fucking brand new. And even though I've had some great interactions,
there's just so much. There's so much that you can do.
There is.
Like we played musical chairs one time. Like they're just so. There's a yacht party.
I didn't get to experience that. I was in prison.
Things. Yeah, I remember. But another thing that like is kind of making me rethink my character in general, and I think I may make a new one, which is going to take a lot of.
Is not being able to wear clothes and shit.
I didn't realize when making my character, I was like, okay, I want to be this big meathead, right?
So wait. You can do this. I'm gonna pause you right there. Even though your character is super, super fucking big, like what people do? Like Lenny, you've met Lenny, I think, on the server. His disguise, I think, is technically a different character model. Like he's a smaller character model that is in like a disguise. You can do that.
Oh,
so if you wanted
I didn't think about that. Go make a character that just has different clothes on and just always wearing a mask or something like that.
And it's just a different outfit. And it technically is a different model, but you're in a disguise, right? So it's a different outfit. So you can RP it that way. So like Lenny is this big character model, but then when he's in his disguise, he's in like he's definitely skinnier, but he's like, I just shove all my fat in this suit. It's like that's what he says. Like that you can RP it kind of.
See, I didn't think about it that way. That's actually really good advice, because I was like, man, I really like Maxwell's like character right now. We still have story development to work on, but I like his general like character and his personality, right? And I was like, man, it's gonna really suck if I have to make a new character. But there's so many things that we go through already, just in my 3 sessions on this server, where everyone's like, oh, we got to get a disguise. We got to get a mask. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like trying to make it funny, where I'm like, I put on a pair of glasses and I'm like this big muscle bound fucking freak.
No one will recognize me.
With just exact same outfit, just put glasses on, and I'm like, this will work.
But that's kind of funny too. So if you want RP that way and that's your disguise, like that's okay too. Like you just got to own it and do it. But you got to realize that if that happens and then you get fucking caught, you're not going to be. They're going to be able to probably tell who you are.
Who's Maxwell?
But that's exactly. But you can RP it that way. That's the great thing about it, is like you can legitimately do whatever the fuck you want. Like for example, I got into a situation. I'm not going to spoil it for those people who haven't watched yet or going to watch the YouTube videos or something. But I got in a situation where I thought I was going to have to like perma die because I didn't know how to get out of it. But apparently you can RP in a way where for example, I was taken out, I was knocked unconscious, and I was waiting for like the respawn thing to pop up. But I didn't want. So it's up to you when your character perma dies, right? No one else decides that for you. For me, I was like, I'm not done with this character. I want to continue it. So what I did is and apparently this is a very common thing. I went into the chat and I went 911 and I RP'd as a local finding me. So I was like, there's a man located here. I don't know if he's dead or not. And so the cops see that, smart. And it's like well, I didn't either. My chat helped me with it. They're like, no, you don't have to do that. You can RP as a local, and you can have the cops, because you can't. Here's the thing: if you're knocked unconscious as your character, you can't like call the cops and have help, right? Because you're knocked unconscious. So that was kind of their workaround: is RP as a local. Say local found this body here, and then the EMS showed up, and I was like and I was able to be revived and I had surgery, yada yada yada. So that was kind of how I was able to save the character. But and then that kind of opened more in my mind, where I was like, okay, wow, you can really RP any way you fucking want. Yeah. So that was perfect. It was kind of a perfect segue, because then I'm not gonna try to. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. So I got attacked by a hammer. And so all of a sudden I was taken to the hospital, and I was like, yeah, I got brutally attacked by a hammer. And so I randomly saw it in the chat. Someone was like, dude, you're losing an eye, or like they hit you in the eye and stuff. I was like, oh my God, this is a perfect opportunity. And so I did the /me, which is like, it puts text on your body. And if there's anybody in the vicinity, they have to kind of react to that text. So I was like, left eye pops out of eye socket. And so the doctors that were doing surgery on me were like, oh my God, we got to save the eye. We got to save the eye. And they like kind of went along with it. And That's awesome. And like, as they were trying to like secure my eye, I went like, eye pops out and lands on the ground. It's lost, ... And they were like, oh, we couldn't save the eye. And it was like,
Jesus,
and so now,
dude, that's funny.
So now my character has a missing eye, and he wears an eye patch. And so like, it's kind of it's part of his story. And now his depth perception's off.
I wish you hadn't have told me.
Oh yeah, Max doesn't know, but
Max doesn't know.
But it was just, that's kind of like when I was able to do that, I was like, oh my God, dude, the possibilities of RP are so good.
So, dude, and that's one thing that like it's just a learning experience, right? But there was one time I was in the hospital, and this is my first experience with like that text-based RP, where I'm laying there and these two dudes are just in the back, like where the beds are.
Oh yeah.
And he types smothers with pillow.
Yeah, that's right.
And I kind of went along with it, but also
you didn't really know what happened.
Right. I was like, am I waiting for an animation? Like, what's going on? I didn't realize like that was part of the RP. And like afterwards I got it. I was like, oh my God. Like I was talking to the receptionist lady, and I was like, oh my God. Like he tried to smother me with a pillow. Where did he go? We need to report this.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, he punched me in my face. I can't find my glasses. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
But see, the next time something like that happens, you see that text, you can be like, you can, go voice and be like, act like you're being smothered or something. Like you can play along with it. But see, now you know that. So next time your RP is going to be even better. And that's the fucking beauty of it, man. You're learning.
Yeah. So, and I think like you said, we were talking about it off the podcast, off stream and stuff, and you're like, I think just having an objective each day, whether it's like making money or and so like my third day jumping on, we hadn't met up yet. I knew you were streaming it, but I didn't know where you were or what's going on, what your story was like, how it was progressing. So my plan wasn't like to like just meet up. It was like, hopefully I run into you. But I was like, okay, I need transportation. So I'm going to run to the beach. I'm going to buy a bike. And that's what we did. And I just sat there and I bullshitted with chat for like 30, 40 minutes, and ended up like that led to like my first like actual RP interaction, where I'm like learning how to ride this bike, and I hit a pole and fuck, it killed me, dude. It really put me on my ass. Right. And so now I'm just laying there and I don't know what to do. And like every so often I'm like yelping in pain. And
Someone found
finally, two people rolled up and they were like, "Excuse me, sir, do you need assistance?" And I was like, "Oh my God, they got some. You showed up. Like, there was a bunch of people that drove past. They didn't even stop for me. And I'm pretty sure they were just locals. But they're like, "Oh my God, that's so terrible. I can't believe people would just leave you here." And I was like, "Yeah, can you please call an ambulance?" And then like that led into like this whole interaction of like the EMS coming and stuff. And it was like super funny. So like that alone, just me being able to like, okay, chat, like this is what we're gonna do today, and like. I think like my first couple of sessions, I was like so scared of breaking character and breaking that immersion that I didn't talk to chat at all. Like,
yeah, I did this. I did the same thing. I tried to stay in character the whole time, and I just like it was like I completely ignored my chat. But you'll get better at that, being able to go in and out. Like you'll totally get better.
Like I enjoy that like version of RPing way better, where I can sit there while like we are just like running around the city or doing anything like that, where I can like talk to chat and hang out with chat, and they can be there for me, and we can like have that interaction. And then when I run into people, like go into character and be like, oh my God, start the actual
So
RP
more
up.
RP soon?
Yes, absolutely. I was planning on playing it yesterday, but then obviously I had a lot of preparing to do.
Right, for today. Yeah. Which you're doing the charity, the
Gamers Outreach.
Gamers Outreach today.
It's about that time, baby.
Hell
Late March.
Baby. Okay, I'll be honest. I am like doing a happy dance because I have to urinate more than I've had to urinate in.
This is a long one today,
I
dude.
got to fucking piss, mate.
Right,
That's a horrible accent. So yeah, that is episode 33 of Brothers DM podcast. I have been Gold Glove. That has been Vern Notice, that beautiful guy pointing at the screen, even though his camera definitely focuses on his mic most of the time. It's okay. I'll forgive you this one time. If you guys are new to the podcast, make sure you guys check out the links down below somewhere or on screen right there. You'll figure it out. You guys seem like smart individuals.
Leave us a review.
Leave us a review. Let us know what you guys thought. We're going to continue to play games more than likely. But if you guys are just listening to this on the podcast, on any of the audio platforms, also, don't worry, episode 32 is going to be uploaded probably the same time as this one, because I totally forgot about episode 32 because I'm an idiot, but it's coming.
Hey,
so 2 episodes. No, it's not on you. It's on me.
That one's on me.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's on you. It's Vern's fault. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for hanging, and we'll see you guys next time.
From side to side, we go